media have started to hate on college players, in particular Iowa's Caitlin Clark, with articles being written such as "Make basketball black again" in response to her fan base. In this video, we're going to...
Okay, I didn't see that one. Is that true or he's just making this up? Because I don't want to make a whole video and then this is fake.
Articles being written such as "Make basketball black again."
No way. I'm not even trying to be funny about this, but there's no way that this is real.
Response to her fan base. In this video, we are going to look at WNBA players and the media hating on Caitlin Clark. Let's get started.
What do you think about Ice Cube and the Big Three offering Caitlin Clark $5 million to play in their league?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts. But the first one is, so you offered the contract to a player who's not yet even in the WNBA. Big Three does not happen during overseas season, so that doesn't make sense.
That's true.
And then for us to get, like, just constantly shit on, like, you can't even acknowledge the growth and how amazing the WNBA is doing because shit like this happens.
What do you mean shit like this happens? What do you mean the growth? Where do you think the growth is coming from? Where do you think the growth is coming from? Come on now.
To bring up the W. If you're going to say that it's for that, then stand on that. But I don't think it's, I think he's trying to make a business decision, which he's a businessman, that makes sense. But to mask it in this, I want to uplift and support WNBA players and women athletes is kind of a cop-out, I think. And I don't think it really makes any sense.
Right away, we have Lexi Brown hating on Caitlin Clark's $5 million offer from Ice Cube to join the Big Three. Just like we have talked about in previous videos, the best doesn't always get paid the most. Caitlin Clark got that huge offer because she brings in a massive audience that no one in the WNBA could bring in. Not only is Clark a very skilled basketball player, but she's also very entertaining to watch. Exactly. And that's why Ice Cube would make such a large offer.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going
to break
a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So
Shorty over there just chatting, man. Cheryl, you've been chatting lately. That's all you've been doing, just yapping. Real yapper over there. You're not speaking no facts. Talking about Caitlin's 25, shooting 40 shots a game. Defending Angel Reese, no problem. Defend Angel Reese. But don't go and say, oh, Caitlin's bullying. You want to talk about bullying? She should be doing that at the age of 25. Come on now. That's just a load of crap. And if you haven't, man, I dropped the whole video on this on Game Day Network. So if you haven't, make sure you guys check that out. But this right here, this is absolutely ridiculous from her. You know, a lot of things from you, Cheryl, lately.
He's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record? Yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be. And I don't think it should be. Let's also talk about how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Like,
goofy ass.
You should be killing them.
Goofy ass. Caitlin was 21 when you said this, goofy. She just turned 22. Ridiculous, bro. Just absolutely ridiculous. I would say she's the biggest hater of all of them. I think other girls hate, but I think they're in control of their emotions. You just be saying dumb shit.
Because you've been doing it a lot longer than they have. Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
And you know what made it even worse? Gil and whoever else was in there, I think it was Kenyon, you not fact-checking her? It takes you 2 seconds. Kayla's 25. That shit don't even sound right. That means she's been out of high school for 8 years. What the fuck is she talking about? I would have called her ass out right there. But instead, you guys got her on every show now on Gil's Arena. Which is cool. I know what y'all doing. Get your money. You know she the hot topic right now with her and Caitlin Clark. Get your money. I feel you. But fact check her shit when she's up there. Because now you're just letting her steer the narrative. Talking about Caitlin's 25 when she's 22 now. Talking about she's taking 40 shots when she's probably taking about 20, 25. And guess what? With those 20 or 25, guess where that got her? Shit.
Here we go.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
Cheryl Swoopes told 3 big lies in her statements about Caitlin Clark. The first is how many years she played college basketball, implying that she played 5 years because of COVID. In reality, she's played 4, just like Kelsey Plum, and she even broke the record in less games. The second lie is how many shots a game Caitlin Clark takes, saying she takes 40 shots a game. Over the course of her career, Clark has only shot 19 shots a game.
Bro, look at those stats.
Which is less than half of
I wish she would have broken 1,000 assists. Woo, that would have been a crazy number.
what Swoop said. And finally, Swoop said that Caitlin Clark is 25 years old, when in reality, she's only 22. Cheryl would then make a response after being called out for lying.
I'm gonna say this, and then I want to be done with this whole conversation. So for people to come at me and
This
say
was stupid as shit,
that I
too.
made those comments because I'm a racist, first of all, black people can't be racist, but
Like, where and who in the fuck? Who taught you this, bro? Like, what are you talking about? That was one of the dumbest statements I've heard, bro. Like, what? How? Not even a little bit? How? How is that not a... Like, this when she went... I also did a whole video on this on Game Day Network if you haven't checked that out. This was mind-blowing to me. Like, Cheryl, where do you come up with this? Black people can't be racist. Why are we making this about a race thing? Why are we making this so black and white? Because if Caitlin Clark was black, you'd be all over her. But instead, you want to tell Gil, it's not about a race thing. And then you go, but is it? And it's like you kind of implying that this is about race.
that's the farthest thing from my mind. I grew up in a very small West Texas town, predominantly white. My best childhood friend is white. So it's important
Of
for
course.
me that I speak up for people that look like me. It's Black History Month. So, our ancestors fought and died for us to have opportunities that we have today.
With that statement right there, she pretty much said when she has an opportunity or a platform to speak up and support black women, the black athletes, she's going to do so. So pretty much what you're saying is, if you're black, I'm going to support you. If you're white, I'm not. Right? Am I right on that, or am I saying something completely wrong? You let me know. Because like I said, if Caitlin Clark was of her skin complexity, color, for those that don't know that word, if I'm saying it right, fact check me if it needs to be happened. You would be all over Caitlin Clark, bro, if she was black. And you're kind of stating it. She does a very good job of stating things without stating it. She's pretty much saying, I'm going to support, or it's my job to support black community when I have the opportunity.
White, my best
I don't want to hear that.
speak up for people that look like me. It's Black History Month. So, our ancestors fought and died for us to have opportunities that we have today.
Okay. So that means that Caitlin Clark can't get her recognition? That means Caitlin Clark, you got to lie about Caitlin Clark? That means you can't congratulate Caitlin Clark on her accomplishments and growing the WNBA or growing the women's basketball game? Because I don't know if they're going to show it, but she starts talking about how she supports Angel Reese and this and that and all that, which is fine. But if you don't like Caitlin, just straight up just say you don't like Caitlin. Don't just keep going around this shit.
I have, no issues with Caitlin. Her breaking the record, I think, obviously is a tremendous accomplishment. Although, we could get into that discussion also, because there was a big debate on Lynette Woodard having the actual record.
I'm not really sure what any of that had to do with her lying, and I like how she still insists that Caitlin Clark shouldn't have the record she legitimately broke. I know she hasn't played in the WNBA, but our last hater is Jemele Hill. During an interview, Jemele Hill made multiple claims against Clark, saying that the women's basketball audience would be growing with or without Clark, also mentioning that Clark is only getting so much attention because she's white.
that the criticism is often very one-sided. Caitlin Clark talks her shit. Caitlin Clark is demonstrative. Caitlin Clark, people aren't bothered by that. People aren't bothered by it because they're caught up in the narrative of, oh, here's this, wonderful, kind soul from the great state of Iowa representing Middle America. So they put all these sort of, what happens in these sports race wars is everybody projects their own shit on the people coming.
All of this hate going towards Caitlin Clark from the
I don't even know who that is right there. But like, why? What's up with you guys, bro? So now, because she's white, she's getting this recognition. Bro, how many of the best athletes in the NBA are white? To this day, I'm talking about right now. Name the top 5 basketball players in the NBA right now. You probably got LeBron on that list, KD, Anthony Edwards. You got Jokic up there, Jason Tatum, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard's. You got the Giannis's. You know what I'm saying? So, naming those, let's just name LeBron. Let's name Michael Jordan, Kobe. We're talking about greats. Shaq. They're all black. I know plenty of white people who love those players. So why is it that we want to take it into this perspective that it has to be because she's white, that they're the top, she's the top talked about athlete in the sport? Nah, there's plenty of black players in the NBA who are talked about daily. So what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with. She's so. This is the dumbest take I've ever heard from her. It's just so stupid, bro. I'm trying to justify her thinking. It's just dumb.
WNBA doesn't make any sense. WNBA players and the media have been complaining about lack of pay and a small audience forever now. So why would you hate on the biggest prospect of all time? She has the potential to completely change the WNBA. They could make millions from this, but instead, they allow their jealousy to get in the way and complain about the biggest prospect the WNBA has ever seen. It doesn't matter what her skin color is. All that matters is how good she is at basketball and how entertaining she is for the fans. Prospect.
This is what I'm going to say, man. For those that keep saying, oh, well, we've been to the WNBA and we've been, growing the game and, we paved the way and, oh, we're great too. Nobody's saying you're not great, but why haven't you sold out arenas? Why haven't we had to move arenas before the game for ticket sales or for audience capacity? Why haven't we had sold out jerseys? Why are we barely talking about this year? Because none of you guys really got that golden ticket of marketability or anything. There's plenty of white girls in the WNBA. Diana Taurasi, what is she? White and black or white and Hispanic or what? Italian? I think Taurasi's Italian or something, right? Sicilian? The take is just ridiculous. And then she wants to talk, she's from this small town and da-da-da-da. I don't know, man. This whole thing, hating on Caitlyn, is just kind of ridiculous. She didn't ask for any of this. She's just going out there and her game's exciting. I'm sorry. She got our attention. If you guys want our attention, go do something spectacular. Go do something that's going to catch our attention. But guess what could have caught our attention? And guess what caught my attention this year? I'm going to tell you something. You know how many WNBA players I know now? Guess why? Guess why? Because I watched Caitlin Clark. I know Shanity Carter. Kelsey Mitchell. I already knew about Kelsey Mitchell. Aaliyah Boston. I already knew about AB. But I know these girls more. Arike. I know her from sports betting. You guys remember, I'm a sports bettor. You guys got to remember that. So I study a lot of this stuff too. But when it comes to actually seeing some of these girls' game, like WNBA, I've never watched a WNBA game. I mean, a WNBA All-Star game. But guess what? Caitlin Clark was on that team, so I did. And I'm like, oh, okay, Jonquel Jones? Okay. Arike? Huh? Okay. For sure. I don't know, man. you know, it's just a lot of this stuff is unnecessary. But I also think that now that like we got narratives like this pushing, the community being one-sided is going to push like that as well. And you know how the media works. Once you got warriors and warriors going at each other, it's not going to stop. So there you have it, man. That's just, you know, WNBA players hating on Caitlin Clark. I said what I said, you know, and I think it's a little ridiculous. And I think we all just need to understand that growing the game is what's going to matter the most when it comes to keeping the game alive. And I hope that doesn't go over your head, man. So it's your boy, ceokana. If you have not, make sure you guys sub to the channel. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out.